What's up and good afternoon everyone, welcome back to another video. We have this Mustang GT completely blacked out behind us. This thing is in dire need of a detail. This customer has a car show on Saturday. He's a part of the HEADTURNERS San Diego Car Club. Every one of the members have these little stickers on top of their car. If you're in the San Diego area and you have a muscle car like this, give them a follow on Instagram, put their link down below, HEADTURNERS San Diego. All their members have something badass like this. These cars are absolutely amazing. They all have mods all done to them. And today, we're gonna take care of it, get them ready for the car show, make them look super spiffy. What I'm gonna do for this car to get it prepped up for the car show is a nice little wash, 2-bucket wash. Because it's black, you wanna minimize all the swirls on it. Then we're gonna throw a nice coat of wax on it using the Adams Americana wax. I'll show you guys that when I get to it. A lot of people have been asking me, what is the 2-bucket method? Because they hear me say it a lot and they know that's the only way I can wash a car. So to go over what a 2-bucket method is, it is having 2 buckets full of water. If you look right here, you have the wash sticker and the rinse sticker. Just to label which bucket is for which. And inside each bucket, you need to have these grit guards. These grit guards are these plastic things that go on the bottom that trap the dirt, so when you're rinsing your wash mitt, none of the dirt comes back into the water. It keeps everything settled below hand. So you have one in the wash one, and this one in the rinse one has a wash pad. So when you grab this wash mitt and you rinse it in this one, you can scrub it across that wash pad, making all the dirt come out of the wash mitt, leaving all the dirt to not go back onto the vehicle's paint, minimizing all the swirls so you can have a swirl-free surface and a nice shiny car. So for example, let's say if I were to wash a panel on the car, I would start from top to bottom, and after washing the hood, I would grab the wash mitt, go back to the rinse bucket right over here, rinse the wash mitt in, squeeze it out, then put it back in the wash bucket full of soap. So if I grab my soap right here, here's how you want to start it off. About 2 to 3 drops. I like to add some on the wash mitt just to add the extra foam, keep it lubricated when wiping down on the paint. And of course, as I'm recording the video, I'll show you how it's done. And for now, let's get back to the video. Alright, so you saw the pre-rinse, you saw the foam cannon. We're on to the 2-bucket method. And if you see my previous videos, I like to let the soap sit for a little bit. And using the Adams car shampoo right here. So using that car shampoo, it'll not stain the paint, and you don't have to worry about any car shampoo stains. So now with the 2-bucket method, let's bring the buckets closer to the car, make it easier in your life. Alright, so we have the wash bucket and the rinse bucket. The wash one's gonna have the clean water. This one will soon be dirty after wiping the entire car down. So you grab the wash mitt out of here, nice and foamy. Straight lines only. Make sure of that. Any sort of circular motion will cause swirls into the paint. So straight lines, almost like robotic motion. So after doing that panel, I want to come into the rinse bucket, scrub it down right here, get all that dirt out of the car, out of the wash mitt, squeeze it out. It's kind of hard to do with one hand while I'm filming, but kind of wring it out, go back into the wash bucket where the clean water is, then onto the car's paint. So like I said, what that does is it minimizes the swirls. It's taking all the dirt out of the wash mitt, so you're not having to push it across the paint on the car. So when the wash mitt is clean, there's no dirt in here, there's no risk of damaging the paint. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little time lapse of how this is done, and as I go, if I see anything new, I'll let you guys know what to do. Okay, so the tube bucket is now done. To go over it again, so you do a full panel, go into the rinse bucket, scrub it out, get all the dirt out of the wash mitt to minimize any sort of scratching, marring, any swirls that go back on the paint. Once the wash mitt is clean, put it back in the wash bucket, and if you look closely, look at the water level. So by the end of the car, this bucket is almost empty, and it was completely full when I first started. The rinse bucket is still full. Let's see if I can get any of the soap out of it and see how dirty it is. So at the end of the video, when the soap is now all gone and you can see the water, I'm going to show you guys how clean the wash water is and how dirty the rinse water is. All the dirt is now removed off the Mustang. So the final rinse is now all done. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. If you look at the water right here, let me see if I can get up closer to it and have it focus. See how it's kind of sticking, it's not beating up like a bubble? That means that this car is lacking protection, meaning there's no wax on it, there's no spray seal, there's nothing protecting this clear coat from being damaged. And let's say if you're washing your own car and you'll want to know like, oh, does my car need to be waxed, my truck need to be waxed, whatever you're washing, does it need to be protected? When washing it, look at the way the water is reacting when sprayed onto the surface. If it's beating up and wanting to not stick to the paint and it keeps running off the paint, that means your car is protected. But when it's sticking like this and it's not coming off, that means there's no wax, it needs to be waxed. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna throw a nice coat of wax on it, protect it for this guy, and then adding that coat of wax is gonna add that extra pop to it. So I'm gonna grab our wax real quick. Should be right here. We got the Adams Americano wax. This stuff is absolutely amazing. If you watch Eddie's videos, he's in love with this stuff. This stuff goes on very smooth and very light, and it almost looks like there's no wax on the paint. But trust me, it's working, it does its job, and next time I wash this car, I'll do a video on how well this wax works. Okay, and just like that, all the wax has been applied, all the wax has been removed, final buff down. Wheels are all polished out using matte detailer because these wheels are matte, so it adds like a nice deep gloss to it. And like, as I mentioned, so now that the soap is all gone, back to the 2-bucket method. You can see inside the wash bucket, the water is basically brand new still. It is clear, there's no dirt in it, but if you go over to the rinse bucket, you can see how it's like a light haze of dirt just settling in there. But towards the bottom you can see all like the heavy dirt, but up top it's just clean. So that's the whole point of the grate guard at the bottom, is to keep all the dirt trapped in there. And by doing the 2-bucket method, clearly before I put the wash mitt back onto the panel, once it goes in this bucket, it's clean water, not dirty water. So that minimizes all the swirls, all the scratches, and this car was repainted, and he wants to schedule in for a paint correction. I'm not sure if I can pick this up, but let's see. There's a few swirls and scratches here and there, nothing too crazy. Wax is like a makeup and it covers it pretty well. Alright, so picking up where I left off, some customer came up and he was asking if how much I charge for ceramic coating. I probably will make a video on that because that's the most asked question, because everyone wants ceramic coating nowadays, but no one really understands the cost of it and how it works. Everyone just knows like ceramic coating is a new big deal. So I'm gonna make a video probably next time and go over what ceramic coating is, how it works, and why you would want it. So what was I saying about the 2 buckets? So when you have the clean water, the washman goes onto the paint, minimizes all the swirls and scratches, and the rinse bucket, always dirty. After every car, I dump this out, fill it up with new clean water, and continue on to the next job. Okay, so to go over what we did to this car, once again, we started off with the 2 bucket method wash, get all the heavy dirt off, all the soiled dirt and grime from just daily driving. Then we topped it off with Adam's Americana wax to give this nice deep gloss to get it prepped up for the show on Saturday. Then on the wheels we use a matte detailer spray that is up there in the trailer. That makes the matte not look so faded from not taking care of them. So back to the wrap surfaces, I use Carb Pro Reload. We're using 2 microfiber towels, spray on, wipe off. Go back to my Dodge Charger video, the Scat Pack one, and I'll go over how to use Carb Pro Reload. And that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys did like this video, give me a nice thumbs up, press subscribe, stick around for more detailing clips. I hope this video is very informative for you guys. And if you're washing your own car, whether you're a professional or a weekend warrior, make sure you use the 2 bucket method, because it is the only way to wash a car and the only way I would ever tell someone to wash a car. So now you guys know how to do it. Try it out on your car. Also, if you're in the San Diego area and you have a V8 muscle car, join HEADTURNERS Car Club. They're a very big group of muscle cars. They always have these car meets and they're very awesome people. So make sure you join their car club, follow them on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.